Welcome. In this video we will compare SoFi Bank to Ally Bank, and we will dive into the features and benefits, potential drawbacks and the fees of both banks, as well as the pros and cons of each bank. I've made a ton of research and now we can get all the knowledge in just a few minutes. So starting off with what is SoFi. It is also known as social finance and it is an online based financial institution. It has remote customer service, but there are no branch locations. On the other side, you can use over 55,000 nationwide ATMs. Now let's take a look at some of the pros and cons of SoFi Bank. So on SoFi Bank there are no monthly maintenance fees and there is a fee-free ATM access. And you also don't have any overdraft fees. Some of the cons are that you have fees for cash deposits and a checking and savings account is required, so you cannot open just one or the other. Now let's move on to what is Ally Bank. Ally Bank is also an online based financial institution, has also remote customer service, no branch locations, just a SoFi Bank, and also has over 55,000 nationwide ATMs that you can use without any fees. Now some of the pros and cons of Ally Bank is that you have no overdraft fees, there is a large and free nationwide ATM network, and there are no minimum opening deposits. Some of the cons are that you cannot do any cash deposits and there is no branch access. Now let's compare the checking and savings accounts. So the SoFi savings account allows you to earn a competitive yield as long as you have direct deposit with SoFi. The annual percentage yield is 4.5% at SoFi. A savings account is only for customers with direct deposit at the bank. So customers without a direct deposit at SoFi will still earn a yield much higher than the national average, but SoFi's direct deposit yield is much more competitive with top online banks. You can't withdraw from the savings account at an ATM, that is very important to know, but you have to get both a checking and savings account, and you can transfer money from savings to checking and then withdraw from the checking account at an ATM. But remember, you can't just get a savings account at SoFi, you need to get both a checking and savings account. Now the savings account of Ally Bank has also a competitive yield of 4% APY. There's no minimum opening deposit. However, there is some lack of features. So the savings account does not offer additional features that are commonly found in other savings accounts, such as goal tracking or budgeting tools. And there is also limited physical branch access, as we've mentioned earlier. Now let's take a look at the SoFi checking account. So you won't have to pay an overdraft fee for overdrafting $50 or less, but that is only available to qualified customers. But I will talk about that in just a second. The checking account offers a competitive yield of 1.2% APY, but you need a qualifying direct deposit to earn the top yield on your checking and savings account. Only customers with qualifying direct deposits of more than $1,000 are eligible for up to $50 of overdraft coverage on debit card purchases. Now let's take a look at the Ally checking account. So you have a 0.1 APY if you have a daily balance of below 15,000 and a 0.25 APY for your daily balance of over 15,000. Now some of the pros and cons, so it has very convenient funding options. So you have direct deposit, e-check deposit, or mail-in deposits. There is no minimum deposit required, however you cannot do any cash deposits. And as said before, no physical branch access, so limited physical branch access may be a drawback for customers who prefer in-person banking or need to deposit cash. So let's take a look at the access of those two banks. SoFi members can access their accounts 24/7 through SoFi's website or its mobile app that is available for iOS and Android. SoFi's mobile app includes many standard mobile banking app features. I've listed them here, but some of the most important ones are fund transfers, peer-to-peer transfers, budgeting, expensive tracking, and so on. Now let's take a look at the access at Ally Bank. You have 24/7 online banking and a mobile app that you can download on Windows, iOS, or Android. Its iOS version is the most robust. It offers the ability to check balances, find ATMs, transfer funds, send money, and even use Ally Assist. So Ally has created an Ally skill for Alexa. This means you can use voice commands to check balances on your checking, savings, and CD accounts, and you can even transfer money just with Alexa. But me personally, I'm a bit skeptical with using Alexa for online banking. Now let's take a look at the certificates of deposit at Ally Bank. So here you can see the terms and the APY. So you have a 3 months term with a 2.5% APY, 6 months term at a 3.5% APY, 9 months term at a 4.15% APY, and so on. After 3 years, so after 18 months actually, the 3-year term has a lower APY than the 18-month term, and it only goes down from there. Both the high yield CDs and raise your rate CDs have early withdrawal penalties that vary by term. So for terms of 24 months or less, the bank charges 60 days of interest. The charge moves up to 90 days of interest for terms between 25 and 36 months, and for terms between 37 and 48 months, the fee is 120 days of interest. For terms of over 49 months, the charge is 150 days of interest. But Ally Bank also offers its no penalty CD, so this CD is currently available in an 11-month term with an APY of 3.75%. Now let's take a look at the SoFi vaults and roundups. So SoFi does not have a certificate of deposit, it only has vaults and roundups that are also quite similar. So with SoFi checking and savings, you'll find some useful automatic savings features that SoFi calls vaults and roundups. Vaults are earmarked savings goals that you can set up within your SoFi savings account, and these are not separate accounts but an extension of your savings account. So if you want to, for example, save for travel, household renovation, or an emergency fund, you can do so through SoFi vaults. You can have up to 20 vaults open at any time, and SoFi also has a roundup feature. So with the roundups feature, purchases are rounded up to the nearest dollar each time you use your SoFi debit card. The rounded portion is then transferred to the vault of your choice. So if you spent $3.90 on a coffee, your purchase rounds to $4 and the additional 10 cents move to your designated vault. Now let's take a look at the top 3 potential drawbacks of those two banks. So the first one is obviously limited branch access. The second one is potentially lower interest rates. So while Ally Bank offers competitive interest rates on its savings and checking accounts, there may be other financial institutions or online banks that offer higher rates. So it's important to compare rates and terms to ensure that you're getting the best possible return on your deposits. Number 3, limited banking product options. So while Ally Bank provides a range of banking products such as savings accounts, checking accounts, CDs, and money market accounts, it may not have as extensive a product lineup as some traditional banks. So if you require additional services like mortgages, loans, or credit cards, you may need to explore other financial institutions to meet your needs. Now the top 3 potential drawbacks of SoFi is limited branch access. That's the same as with Ally Bank, since these are both online-based financial institutions. The second one is limited advanced investment options. So while SoFi Invest provides a solid foundation for beginners and intermediate investors, advanced traders or those seeking a wider range of investment options may find the platform's offerings somewhat limited. And the third one is a dependency on digital platforms. So being an online-based bank, your access to SoFi Bank services is dependent on digital platforms such as their website and mobile app. So if you encounter technical issues, it may impact your ability to use and manage your accounts. And this was pretty much hours of research, and I hope I was able to kind of show you the benefits and drawbacks of both of those banks so you can make your informed decision. If this video was helpful, make sure to like the video, and thank you for watching.